keep Nancy Carr here. I mean, this is not a prison, it's a hospital.
I said, shut up.
Dr. Bryson, why don't you listen to me?
Mrs. Scott, do you want to see your husband again? Then keep your mouth shut.
What is that? I mean, why do you keep playing with it? What is it? What do you plan on doing with it?
The man of the hour is here. And look what he has brought.
Welcome, Mr. Gibbigate.
I'll take that from you, sir. Heavy. It's heavy. $1 million. $1 million. I've never seen anything so beautiful.
Oh, yes. It is lovely, Sharky. But we have things to do before we can enjoy it.
No. No, the answer is no. We're not going to commit cold-blooded murder. We'll tie them up. Make sure they can't escape for at least 24 hours. That's all we need to leave the country. That's my decision, and that's final.
It is, huh? Well, this is my decision, and it is more than final. You are going to take care of them. Right now.
You know, all through this horrible nightmare, the one most important thing to me was the hope that somehow Mike would know that I'm still alive.
You were never out of Mike's thoughts for a second, Nancy. Even when everybody else had given up, me included, Mike always believed that you were alive.
Everyone, just relax. Nobody steps out of line, nobody gets hurt.
Don't worry, Sharky. We'll cooperate.
All right, you've got what you want. Now, for God's sake, put that thing down.
Don't tell me what to do, Doc. I'm the one who's giving orders from now on. Since I'm the one who's operating with a cool head, I'll take care of everything.
How do you want to handle things, Sharky?
Well, the first order of business is to get some financial matters straight. I've just decided to give myself a raise. My cut is now half of Gideon's fee.
You're mad.
Sharky, be reasonable. It is our money.
You're lucky I'm letting you have any of it.
All right, Sharky. Whatever you say.
That's right, whatever I say. And the first thing you two are going to do is earn your share.
Earn it?
You are going to take care of the second order of business. Doc. Damn it. Yeah. Your daughter.
Valerie here?
Yeah. She picked a fine time to pay Daddy a visit.
Oh, for God's sake, we were supposed to meet her at the apartment. She must have gotten tired of waiting.
Just stay right where you are. I'll see if I can scout up Daddy for you. Now go out there and get rid of him. Done.
All right, but I want my daughter kept out of this, you hear?
Hey, Doc. Make it short and sweet. And don't say anything you might regret. We wouldn't want little Val part of our exclusive little club, would we?
I'll be back as soon as I can.
While we're waiting, Mrs. Scott will be shown to her private accommodations.
It's waiting. It's interminable.
I hope they haven't hurt April.
Oh. Sharky and Mrs. Bryson are probably trying to decide how to get rid of us.
Try not to think about it.
Oh, Draper. You know, there are very few things I regret in my life. But right now, I wish I had gone straight to the airport and taken that plane to San Francisco. And none of this would have happened. Curiosity got the best of me.
Look, it's kind of cold out there, isn't it? Why don't you just come inside and we can talk?
Well, thank you. Thanks very much.
What's this all about? Why are you bothering me?
Oh, please,
First
I
you go
didn't get
snooping around the silver spoon, and now you go. What are you trying to do? Get me fired?
Oh,
huh?
you're hurting me.
Not as bad as I'm going to hurt you if you don't tell me
let
what
me
you
go.
want. I don't like nosy people around here. Lady!
Dr. Preston!
What's going on? Mrs. Carr! What are you doing here?
Ira Gideon. You're Ira Gideon.
Ira Gideon. You know, it's ironic that you discovered him. I mean, after spending all that time following his case. And I can understand why he'd want to come here. He certainly wouldn't spend the rest of his life running.
I wonder how many other criminals are walking around courtesy of Dr. Bryson.
You can bet he's not the first one.
No. He told me as much as that just a while ago. He used to have a clinic in Lucerne, I believe. Did that kind of thing in Europe for years.
Why would a man like that with his breeding do something like this? Money?
According to Dr. Bryson, he says he's simply practicing the art of plastic surgery. He won't admit he's doing anything wrong.
Just goes to show you that you can rationalize anything.
Strange man. On one hand, he can be totally unscrupulous. And then he can be sensitive, even compassionate. You know, if it hadn't been for him, the other two would have done away with me by now. He was able to stall them, at least. Maybe he'll be able to stop them.
Yeah, maybe he will.
I don't know when I've ever prayed for something as much as that.
Nancy, a man like Bryson, with his training, a physician, I can't believe that he'll let it happen. I mean, he just won't.
We'll know soon enough.
Here we are. Home, away from home.
Why don't you just let me stay with my husband?
Oh, come on. Come on, don't you just feel a little bit nostalgic? I guess you're not the sentimental type. Don't you remember you and me together right here in this room?
Oh, God, this is the room.
Yeah, I knew it would come back to you. This is where we had our private party. Back in the days when you were June, April, remember?
Shorty, that happens to be a night I will never forget for as long as I live.
Well, that's what all the girls say. We had a pretty good time, didn't we?
A little late to turn on the charm, don't you think?
Yeah. You know, I'm usually pretty wise to women in the games they play, but I gotta hand it to you. You got away with more than any other chick I've known.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you know something. Knowing that makes my day.
Good. The only trouble is, you're not gonna get away with anything. Now.
Oh, darling, forgive me.
It was getting pretty boring at your place all by myself, so I decided to come to where the action is.
Well, I know I should have called you, but things are just too hectic around here. I didn't have a minute. I had an emergency. One of the patients had to be taken care of immediately. You know, patients are really rather an inconsiderate lot. They never think of getting sick between the hours of 9 and 5.
Yes. I figured it was something like that. But now I am here to steal you away, and we're going to go and have a nice dinner together.
Oh, no. It's going to be impossible this evening, darling. I'm going to have to be here for at least another couple of hours.
Oh, you're kidding.
I'll make it up to you, I promise you.
Can't you get one of your orderlies to watch the patient?
Well, go to a restaurant nearby, and you can be contacted if you're needed.
No, I can't do that. In addition to this patient with a problem, I'm trying to close up the clinic, as well as get ready for my trip abroad.
Yes, but you don't have to do everything tonight.
Well, we're leaving tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
It's necessary, Valerie. Believe me.
I don't understand.
It's much too complicated to explain.
Well, you know, you haven't explained anything to me since I arrived. You've just been avoiding me, treating me like you didn't want to see me.
Oh, please, let's not argue.
Do you think I'm old enough to be on my own? So I should be, is that it?
No, that's not at all.
What is it then? Look, if you don't want to see me, just say so.
No,
I'll disappear.
I don't want anything of the kind. You know that.
I don't know that. I don't know anything anymore. I don't know who you are.
Valerie, look, I have an idea. It may take a couple of months, but as soon as I'm settled in Lucerne, I'll send for you. Then we can spend time together, lots and lots of time. We'll get to know each other all over again.
No.
Why?
I want to make my life here, Daddy.
I understand.
Oh, please, I'm sorry. Look. Couldn't you go ahead and close the clinic, but stay for a while? Take a vacation with me?
My flight leaves first thing in the morning. I must be on that plane.
There's something wrong, Daddy. There's something troubling you. Please tell me what it is.
I can't tell you, Valerie.
Hey, we've always trusted each other. We've never had any secrets.
I don't want to involve you.
Yes, but I want to be involved.
Darling, please try and understand. This whole business is not only too complicated to explain, it's something I'm not very proud of.
Oh, Daddy, what are you trying to tell me?
Look, it's getting late, and I have a great deal to do, so why don't you just go now, all right?
Fine. Whatever you want.
Valerie, wait. I've got to tell you. I've made some mistakes, Valerie. Some very stupid mistakes that can't be corrected.
What kind of mistakes?
Oh, mistakes in judgment. I've helped people I never should have helped.
Are you facing malpractice suits?
No, darling. I've got insurance for that.
What is it then?
Well, people came to me to avail themselves of my talent. I'm a pretty good plastic surgeon, you know.
The best.
Well, these people, I never questioned their reasons for wanting to have their appearance altered.
Well, that's not necessarily any of your business. You have to be discreet.
In the cases I'm referring to, the right thing would have been to refuse.
But you didn't.
No. No, I convinced myself that their motives didn't matter. I hid behind the Hippocratic Oath, or rather, I distorted it to suit me.
And you regret what you did?
Oh, darling, my values were all wrong. I was greedy. I worshipped the almighty dollar or the pound or the franc or whatever currency I was paid in.
But, Daddy, are you in trouble with the law?
No, dear.
Thank goodness.
Not yet, anyway.
Kenneth?
I'll be along in a minute, Beth.
Now, Kenneth, you have things to do. Right now.
Daddy, will you be all right?
Of course.
Goodbye, Ralph.
Tracy, I thought April and Draper would be back in Monticello by now.
Well, the Scotts haven't packed their bags yet.
And you have no idea where April is?
All I know is your sister breezed out of here about 45 minutes ago, hopped into her car, and took off in a real hurry.
What do you think she might have been heading to Monticello?
The car was pointed in the opposite direction.
Well, I wish I knew what was going on up there. I'm very worried about April. Are you sure she's okay?
Well, the one to worry about right now is that husband of hers, I think.
What does that mean?
To tell you the truth, Doc, I probably said more than I should already. I don't think that April would want me to talk about this. Look, she'll explain it to you when she sees you, and the minute she gets back, I'll tell her that you called.
All right.
I can't do more than that.
I'll be in this evening. Please have her get in touch with me.
Okay, I will.
Goodbye. What could they possibly be doing up there? It's quick. Hello?
What's up, Doc?
Nicole, hi. How go things in Key West?
Well, it was 83 today and sunny, same as every other day.
No, I'm not interested in the weather report. I'm more interested in the Nicole report. Now, how are you feeling?
Spectacular, outside of the fact that I miss you terribly.
Yeah, well, it won't be long now.
True.
Listen, maybe I can get off this Friday and come down and see you a day early.
Listen, whatever plane reservations you've made, Miles, cancel them. I don't want you coming down here this weekend.
Why not?
Well, you've been such a dear, commuting every weekend practically, that I just thought it was high time I took the plane ride.
Exactly what are you saying?
Well, Dr. Winslow just informed me that I'm much too healthy to hang around here any longer. They need my bed for a sick person.
You're coming home?
Yes, all that's needed now to complete my recovery is a little TLC from those I hold near and dear. My husband in particular. And I'll be getting that at Monticello.
Will you ever?
So, my plane leaves tomorrow early in the morning, and I should be touching down in Monticello Airport around noon.
You just keep your eyes peeled when you arrive at the gate. There's going to be a very happy welcoming committee for you.
Anybody I know?
Yeah, well, you just might recognize a fella with a mustache. He'll be jumping up and down for joy.
You know, just being here with you kind of puts me in the mood. How about you?
Oh, my God, you're perverse.
You should have treated me nicer. I think we'd have made a very cute couple.
Stop it, please.
Well, it's your loss, honey. Especially now that I'm going to be a rich guy. I think we could have had some good times.
You won't get a chance to spend a cent of that money.
Well, I don't think I'm going to have any trouble sleeping on silk sheets, if you know what I mean, you.
Do you honestly think you're going to get away with this?
Who's going to find the bodies?
What bodies?
Even if someone did, I can afford all the protection I need. A one-way, first-class ticket to Brazil. I would have Bryson change my face like he did Gideon's, but I wouldn't want to disappoint the senoritas.
Why don't you just go take the money and run, leave us all your...
Well, what? And let the three of you run your mouths off to the cops? I'll pass, thanks.
No! You're heartless. Jackie, I'm pregnant. Draper and I have a little girl at home, and Nancy's got a husband. Please just go.
Don't beg.
Why get yourself any more mixed up with Bryson and Gideon?
Look, I wasn't mixed up with Bryson and Gideon in the first place, not until your friend Nancy Carr came snooping around looking for me. You know? You know, she didn't even know Gideon was here either. She just wanted to find out about Emily Michael's kid, just like you and Richie. Draper. It's Draper.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. We'll make a trade. You, in exchange for that information you've wanted. I'll even go first. What you suspected about Emily and me, you were right all along. I don't know what it was about her, but I just found her irresistible. The feeling was mutual, of course.
Emily Michael's baby is your baby.
Well, maybe your husband was messing around with her, too.
No. Draper never had anything to do with Emily.
His loss.
Stuart, I mean, you two are never alone.
You're forgetting.
right on the door the night I was here.
Yeah, well, I just tacked one of those babies on Emily's door at Monticello General.
I kicked everyone out.
Like a charm. Great timing, Beth.
My stepdaughter's gone. She's on her way back to town.
Good.
Well, let's get this over with.
Well, looks like your time's up.
No, I mean, you can't really want to do this. It's wrong. It's a crime.
You brought this on yourself, Mrs. Scott. Let's go.
You know what they say, April. When you gotta go, you gotta go. You gotta go now. You know, this reminds me like one of those prison movies where the guards lead the condemned woman down the last mile.
Jackie! Get her! Get her!
She's not going anywhere now.
That's right, Sharpie. There's only one way in or out.
Well, then why don't we just finish the operation?
Cliff, I have half a mind to call Chief Mallory and just file a couple of missing person reports.
No, I can understand how you feel, Miles, but I don't think that's necessary yet.
I don't understand. I haven't heard from Draper in days.
Oh, don't worry. He's checked in with me quite regularly at the office. You know, Miles, come to think of it, he's checked in with the secretary, and he's checked in with the answering service. I really haven't heard the sound of his voice.
All right, combine that with the fact that April seems to have disappeared from the tavern. I don't know what's going on up there, Cliff, and frankly, I'm getting worried.
Well, I wish I had something encouraging to say, but this is obviously one of those cases where no news is not good news.
So you don't have any inkling as to what's going on up there?
Well, I'd say that the Scotts have had another lover's quarrel.
Well, it's a possibility. I know things have been shaky between them, but last time I spoke to April, she said that she had good news for me.
Good news? Oh, maybe April split. She could be at the penthouse. She could be there right now.
No, she's not. She's not. I don't know, Cliff. This whole expedition that they have gone on, the way they've been so secretive about it, something about the whole situation just doesn't ring true to me.
No. Well, I think we ought to shed some light on one of the mysterious goings-on up there at East Meadows.
Good luck to us. I have a feeling we're just going to have to wait until April and Draper get good and ready to tell us about it.
No, I think I want to speed up that timetable a little bit.
How are you going to do that?
Well, I'm free this evening. We see, I was supposed to have a date, but Mary Kay called and said that she was busy. She said she had to wash her hair or something, and... No. She said that she was going to watch something on television. No, she said that she was going to wash her hair.
Cliff, Cliff, could you get to the point?
Oh, what point? Oh, yeah, right. Anyway, suddenly this evening I'm at Liberty, so I think I'm going to go up to East Meadows and check it out.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Much as I would like to have some answers here, I have a feeling that we would be meddling.
Oh, no, I'll be cool about it. I found it a lot of work for Draper. I could tell him that I needed his signature on a few things. And then while we're talking about business, I'll cleverly turn the conversation around to what the heck is going on up here.
All right. If you have business to talk over with him, maybe it is a good idea.
I think it's a great idea. I'll call you tonight from East Meadows.
Good.
Okay, bye, Miles. This is definitely a case for Clifford Nelson, private investigator. Better jump into my telephone booth and change. On second thought, I won't call you from East Meadows tonight.
What's the matter?
I can't go, Doc. I gotta be in court bright and early tomorrow morning. See, I can't take a chance on getting stranded out on those back roads up there. I have to be in Judge Wilson's chambers for a hearing at 9.
All right, Cliff, it's up to you.
See, it's my car. It's been giving me a lot of trouble. In fact, the mechanic said the kindest thing I could do was take it out and have it shot. And who knows? You know, Mary Kay may call. Hey, why don't you go out there tonight?
Oh, no. East Meadows is outside my territory for house calls. If I showed up there, I think my reasons would be blatantly obvious.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, I could borrow my neighbor's car.
No, I can't borrow my neighbor's car. I'll have to do this tomorrow night. How's that?
Well, by tomorrow night, I hope we will have heard from the elusive couple.
Well, if Draper has to contact me by tomorrow, I'm going to take this in my own hands.
Right. Well, all right. You do that, Cliff. But I tell you what, if he does get in touch with you, you let me know, will you?
Oh, sure, yeah.
All right.
I'll see you, Miles.
Bye-bye. Bye, Jody.
Hi, any word on April and Draper?
No, nothing more than you already know. How is the star of the Whitney Dance Company?
Well, to tell you the truth, this star is a little burned out.
Oh, no. Did you have a bad day?
Oh, Miles, it was awful. I must have danced for at least 10 hours. I didn't feel right about my timing. I wasn't loose. It was terrible.
Ah, well, I guess I owe you an apology then.
For what?
Well, I probably contributed to your bad day.
How do you figure that?
Well, you know, when I burst in on you unannounced at the studio, that probably didn't help your mood any.
No, I was very upset when I found out Martine was leaving. But I am a professional dancer, supposedly, and I shouldn't let things like that affect me.
Oh, come on, you're only human. I could have waited.
Oh, don't worry about it.
No, it's my fault. It's my fault. I wonder what I could do to kind of redeem myself here. Perhaps I should give you some good news.
Like what?
Nicole is coming home.
You're kidding. When?
Her plane gets in tomorrow morning, 11:45.
Miles, that's terrific. I can't wait to see her.
She can't wait to see you, I know that.
It is going to be so good to have her back here.
Well, maybe her being here will kind of inspire you, Jody. Might be that extra added spark you could put to use in your dancing.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you something, Miles. I am going to need to be inspired and quick before Gavin gives up on me.
Anybody'd be a fool to give up on you.
A lot of patients tense up before an operation, but you three are the worst.
How are we supposed to feel?
Hey, come on, loosen up. Relax. You're making me nervous.
Sorry to make you so uncomfortable.
I just thought of something funny. I thought of something that would make us all feel better. Shucky, why don't you tell Draper and Nancy the little tale you told me before?
I'm not here to provide entertainment.
Come on, it's such a scintillating love story about the hospital orderly and the mental patient. I'll bet you anything they'll make a movie about it. I'll bet you they will.
What are you talking about?
Chucky admitted it to me. He told me all about the torrid love affair he had with Emily Michaels when she was in the Hathaway Pavilion.
It's true, then.
No, she's lying.
How can you deny it now?
You're just trying to con your husband into getting back with you before the final bell tolls, huh?
I know exactly what you said to me.
I never laid a hand on her. Draper here's the lover boy who made Emily pregnant. I mean, look at you. The guy's a regular Don Juan.
Sharky, I know what you said. You're just trying to play another one of your cruel, stupid games.
April, it's not nice to accuse people of things they didn't do.
Sure.
No, how could you not believe him? He had such an honest face.
I love you, honey.
All right, fine. Break it up. Break it up right now. Move.
You know, I still think I'm going to wake up and open my eyes, and someone's going to tell me that this was all a bad dream.
You're awake, Kenneth.
You're actually going to do it. You're actually going to murder 3 innocent people.
Unless you give the injections.
Oh, God, how did I get tangled up in this madness?
I'm doing this for you, Kenneth. I hope you appreciate that. Let's go.
Sharky, don't you have any feelings?
Come on, Mrs. Carr. And deep down inside, old Sharky's a real sweetheart. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it? What is it that bothers you so much about these two people being near each other?
I got nothing against it. This does.
If you think we're going to break down and beg, forget it. I wouldn't give you the satisfaction.
Yeah, well, one of those tearful farewells might get me misty-eyed myself.
Nothing could have an effect on you.
Look, I don't like what I'm doing. But I have to, so don't give me any more grief, okay? We don't have any time for these hearts and flower scenes. We have important things to do. So you finally got here.
Everything under control.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Dr. Bryson, are you going to let this happen? Are you going to have to live with this for the rest of your life?
We'll get over that.
So what are we going to do here? Talk or take care of business, huh?
Take care of business, Sharky. Take care of business.
Sharky! Oh, you're on your bed! I think I will begin with Mrs. Cobb.
No, join us, Mr. Gideon. You're about to see your fondest wish come true.
This will be over in no time, Mr. Gideon.
It's all over right now, Mrs. Bryson. Don't move. Now, what's going on here? Mrs. Bryson, put down that syringe.
What's the matter with you, Gideon? We're taking care of them.
No, well, maybe he wants to do it himself, Mrs. B.
Dr. Bryson, over there with your wife. You too. Now, Mrs. Bryson, put down that syringe on the table. Very carefully.
What are you doing?
Oh, Mike, thank heaven you're here.
April, what about Draper?
Well, he's breathing, but he's unconscious. What made you come in here?
April, call me. I'll explain the rest later.
Yo, well, who the hell are you, mister? What happened to Gideon?
He's her husband, Sharky.
He's a DA?
What happened to Gideon? Where is he? Your patient is resting comfortably, Dr. Bryson, in the local jail.
Honey, how did that happen? And how did you get in here?
It's a long story, darling.
And we'd be very interested in hearing your story, Dr. Bryson, when you tell it to the police.
Yo, oh, wait a minute. I think there's been a major misunderstanding. You see, I just work at the hospital. I have nothing to do with these guys.
Don't you think it's a little bit late for that now, Sharky? Oh, wait. Come on, Draper. Mike, we've got to help him.
You two. Get him up on the table, carefully.
Watch your head, Careful. Careful.
You've got to get him to a doctor.
I am a doctor, Mr. Carr.
Oh?
Even though under the circumstances it may be difficult to believe, I am quite qualified to take care of your friend here.
April, I think it's all right.
Very well, Dr. Bryson.
The great healer. Proud of yourself, Philip.
No, Beth. No more pride. None at all.
Now, wait a minute. Come on, what right do you have to be sore? You're the one who's causing the problem.
Oh, yes, that's right. Blame me for everything.
Hey, you went out and bought your entire trousseau. You told everybody you know, including the newspapers, that we're getting married in a week or so. And yet you still won't even pick the day.
So why should it be my responsibility?
I've offered 3 different dates. You've turned each one down for some inane reason.
Oh, I see. You have such a busy schedule. The important chief of police. Well, I happen to have a busy schedule, too, and it's just as important to me.
Yeah, your hairdressing appointments take priority over the wedding ceremony.
I give up.
Look, honey, I've tried to be flexible. I told you if you get married on Friday, I can take off the whole week for a honeymoon. But you'd like a honeymoon.
We don't have any reservations.
The first reservation we have to make is for the ceremony itself.
You told me the mayor was going to do it at City Hall.
Believe it or not, even the mayor has a schedule. He's not sitting around waiting for us. He doesn't just cut ribbons at construction sites.
I don't know what to do. I'm so confused.
Hey, wait a minute. What is it you're confused about, huh? Is it about the date or is it about the marriage itself? I asked you a question. Come on.
What was the question?
I want to know why you keep putting this off. I'm beginning to think there's a not-so-hidden meaning behind it.
I knew you'd say something like that. You have absolutely no faith in me.
I have faith in you. It ain't easy.
Maybe you should try a little harder.
Hello. Mallory.
Derek, it's Mike Carter.
Hello, Mike. How are you? What's happening?
You'd better hold on to something. I've got some incredible news for you.
What's going on? I had to leave the office a few hours early. I had to come home and take care of some personal...
Yes, I know you did, because I called headquarters to try to borrow one of your officers, Calvin Stoner.
Under the circumstances, I didn't think you'd mind.
Borrow Calvin? For what?
Derek, Nancy is alive.
What did you say?
Nancy is alive. She's with me right now. Mike, where are you? At a small hospital, private hospital called Rexford Clinic in East Meadows.
Wait a minute, you're not telling about Nancy. How is she?
She's all right. She's all right. The important thing is she's alive. She was being held here. The people who were holding her are now in custody, and so is someone else you know.
Who's that?
A man named Ira Gideon.
Ira Gideon, for crying out loud, Mike, Mike, I'm coming out there.
I'll tell you the rest of the story when you get here. I've got something much more important to do right now. Goodbye.
Derek, where are you going? We're supposed to go out to dinner.
You're going to have to go out and have dinner by yourself tonight. This is very important.
No more important than me.
Yes, it's more important than you. When I come home, I want something from you. I want a commitment on a date.
I won't be here when you get back.
Then leave me a note.
I knew the minute you called that I had to do something. I just couldn't stand the idea of you being in danger. This is good for you.
I never said I was in danger. I just said that there was another bandaged patient here at the hospital.
Look, what I don't understand is how come you didn't find Nancy the first day you were here, the first day you walked in masquerading as Richie Johnson?
They transferred her. She wasn't in room 210. They had another patient there, a charity case named Cora Allen.
So what happened to her?
Well, they transferred her out of here. And of course, by that time, I assumed that you were just seeing things.
All the time Nancy was here, she was just locked up in another room.
Yeah. Valerie Bryson, she gave me that clue.
Bryson's daughter, I forgot all about her. Did I tell you that she came to see me today at Sid's?
Well, she told me that she saw you. She said that she saw her father lock another patient in a room. I had to see for myself. And then when I did see the patient, I had the same feeling about it that you did.
Woman reminded you of Nancy.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure. That's why I asked you to hold off on the police.
Well, obviously I should have called the police. At least I called Mike. But I had no idea that he was going to come out here or that he was going to bring the police with him.
Mike, how did he get here? I mean, wrapped up like Gideon.
I don't know. I don't care. I'm just grateful that he did get here. Without exaggeration, I think this is the worst nightmare I've ever had in my life. Sharky, the gun, that maniac woman running around with a hypodermic needle.
I never did like needles.
At first, that was going to be our plan. Calvin and I were just going to try to break into this place. We didn't know any other way of going about it.
Well, honey, I really don't think that would have worked with that electrified fence outside. Anyway, by the time you'd have gotten inside the building, they probably would have had us hidden somewhere.
I realize that now. But we got lucky. Just as we arrived, somebody else was arriving, too. We saw this black limousine with a very strange figure behind the wheel, a man in bandages.
Mm-hmm. There was Ira Gideon. He had gone for the money. He'd promised the Brysons $1 million.
And he had the money with him, although we didn't know that until Calvin flashed his badge and the man panicked.
I'm sure he did.
So Calvin asked him to get outside the car. When he did that, Gideon reached for the suitcase full of money. I've got to hand it to Calvin. He didn't demand to inspect the case. Mallory trains his people too well for that. He politely asked him what was inside the suitcase.
I hope that man was scared to death.
Well, he must have been, because that's when he made his mistake. He tried to drive away. Now, he had broken the law, resisting an officer. The rest was simple. We took him into custody, even though we didn't know who this man who kept calling himself Kincaid was, but Calvin had a hunch it just might be Gideon.
And so you put on his bandages.
It was the perfect way to get inside this place. Obviously, they were expecting a bandaged man in a black limousine who smoked cigars. But they didn't know who was under the bandages. When I met that orderly, what was his name, Sharkey, at the gate, he called me Gideon. Then I knew that we were up against desperate people.
Did it occur to you that you could have been killed?
Honey, I was never in any danger.
Oh.
I was lucky. And I'm still lucky. Matter of fact, I think I'm the luckiest man in this world.
Oh, God.
My God, it's really true.
Oh, Calvin. Oh, Calvin. Oh, I'm so grateful to you.
Oh, nonsense. I didn't do a thing. No, it's your husband here who's the hero. He was the one who decided to dress up like Ira Gideon. It was all his idea. Actually, I might have tried it, but something told me I wouldn't have gotten away with it. No, we aren't going to have any trouble at all getting our little birds to sing. As a matter of fact, the biggest problem the local police have right now is getting Matthew Sharkey to shut up.
I imagine he's trying to justify his part in this.
Oh, well, wait a minute. He was part of it. Maybe he wasn't part of Gideon's escape plan, but he was the one they used to keep me from causing any trouble.
Well, we'll be causing them trouble now, believe me.
You know, I had a feeling all this time that Gideon was still in this area. But the one guy I really don't understand is that Dr. Bryson. I mean, he just sits there, doesn't say anything, stares at the ground. Do you know he had a daughter in town?
I knew he had a daughter. I didn't know she was in town.
Yeah, well, she's staying at the East Meadow Hotel. We've been in touch with her. Doesn't seem, as far as we can tell anyway, that she had anything to do with this. She just got back from Switzerland where she'd been living.
Well, it's good that there's somebody for him. I'm not saying that he's not to blame. He is, along with the rest of them, but he isn't like the others, Mrs. Bryson and Sharkey and Gideon.
Nancy, what do you mean?
Oh, honey, it's such a long story.
Yeah, we'll need to hear the whole story, Nancy, as soon as you're strong enough. Especially the big question, which is what you were doing here in the first place. I mean, whatever made you come to the Rexford Clinic?
Oh, well, that man you just arrested, Matthew Sharkey, I came to find him. I certainly saw a lot more of him than I expected. Hello, Chief.
My God, Nancy.
Yeah.
Mike, I thought you got off the deep end when you told me Nancy was still alive.
Well, there's only one reason I am alive, and it's because of him. And Detective Stone. I hope he gets a promotion because of this.
And apparently you had two volunteers, too, Derek. April and Draper Scott.
You know, it's not just Nancy's problems that are over. It's ours as well.
Yeah, Draper, look, don't think about that. Just try to relax.
No, I don't want to relax. I want to talk. Sharkey did have the affair with Emily at the Hathaway?
Something like that. There's no question about it now.
Then he is the father of the baby. How did he manage it?
Well, I can tell you exactly how he managed it. Listen, I might even be able to show you. Yep.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why, this doesn't explain it all to you?
No.
I know it's a bit far-fetched, but Sharkey just pinned one of these outside Emily's door and it kept everyone out. I know that for a fact because he told me, he boasted to me about it when he thought it didn't matter anymore whether or not I knew, and it doesn't matter. Look, all that matters right now is that, look at me, I want you to get well. So that we go home, okay?
Oh, my head.
Sky?
Who's this?
How soon they forget. It's Raven Swift.
Oh, well, I used to know someone by that name, but I would have thought she had changed it by now.
Well, that's what she's going to do, and that's why she called.
Oh.
Yes, I wanted to extend a personal invitation to my wedding.
I'm flattered.
Well, don't be. I'm extending a personal invitation to everyone. We didn't have time to print the invitation.
Well, you see, it doesn't really matter in my case. I assume that the wedding is going to be in the next 2 or 3 weeks?
Oh, it's going to be as soon as possible, barring any unforeseen circumstances.
Well, I'm going to have to regretfully decline any invitation. You see, I'm going to be very, very busy in the next few weeks, maybe even for the whole month.
Oh, is that right?
Mm-hmm. I hope that doesn't spoil the entire occasion for you.
Well, why should it?
Well, won't it take the fun out of it? Not having me in the audience? Not being able to smile at me triumphantly and say, look, Sky, I married a much better man than you.
Quite frankly, I don't want you at my wedding at all. I was just trying to be polite.
Sorry, darling. I'm going to have to politely decline.
The fact that I am marrying Derek Mallory doesn't mean anything to you, does it? You don't even give a damn.
Of course I do. Well, listen, I'll tell you what. Since it is so important to you, I will come to the ceremony.
You're so kind.
Oh, well, there is one thing. Well, you don't mind if I bring someone to you?
There's this lovely new dancer that I've been seeing.
I've just withdrawn the invitation. I don't think I'm ever going to let you go. Just want to keep holding on, make sure you're real.
No, I'm real, all right. And we are finally together.
You thought I was dead, didn't you? But you thought otherwise.
There were times I thought you were gone. People tried to convince me of that, to make me accept reality, but I never really did.
You know, that was the worst part for me. Knowing that you must have thought I was dead.
But you're alive, darling. I can feel your heart beating. And for the first time in weeks, I'm alive, too.
No, you don't. The doctor said you ought to stay still for at least an hour.
Well, what doctor?
Bryson. Yeah, I'm afraid he's the one who took care of you until the police got here.
It's ironic. The man that I put away tried to help me out.
You didn't know he had anything to do with this, did you? Not until today, anyway.
Oh, April, I didn't know what was going on in this place until I talked to Nancy. Look, why didn't I listen to you right from the very beginning when you told me there was somebody here that reminded you of Nancy?
I told you, Mother knows best.
Oh, I want to go home.
I did too. But Draper, you do have a slight concussion. You gotta take it easy.
I'll be fine, just as soon as I get home. All three of us are together.
Think we'll recognize Julia? I don't think she'll recognize us.
Yeah, I can't wait to see her. And there's somebody else that I have to see, too.
Who?
Emily. I can't believe it. She's growing so fast. Getting prettier every day. Look at that face. Look at it.
You're welcome. Yes, we're lucky she remembers our face. Did you think we'd left you for good?
Well, one of these days when she's bigger, we'll tell her exactly what happened, why we had to leave.
Yeah. Why, your daddy's got a big bump on his head. You sure you're feeling all right?
Don't remind me. Yeah, it's okay. I don't think I'm really up to doing a full day's work, though.
I wouldn't let you.
But I have to get out of the office for just a little while. I'll talk to Cliff, and I'll give us the rest of the afternoon together.
Oh, yeah, look at this. I would like that. Listen, I'm going to go out for a little bit this morning. Nicole's coming home today, and I want to get her a welcome home gift. Maybe I'll get a welcome home gift for you. You want a welcome home gift, too? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You've given me the only welcome home gift I've ever wanted. I can't believe it.
We're having
having another baby.
I know, it's amazing. And all those doctors who said I'd never have a baby. I'm going to call the doctor.
Baby. You're supposed to have a baby.
That's the phone we're not going to answer.
Okay. A Scott resident.
The one thing we're not going to do is talk to the press. Would you want some milk? Want some milk?
Well, I'm not sure Mr. Scott wishes to speak to you.
Who is it?
Mrs. Michaels. I told you didn't want to take her call.
No. Mrs. Timmons, I will talk to her. Thank you. Emily, it's Draper.
Oh, Draper, I thought I saw your car drive in last night. I'm so glad you're back.
Yeah, I'm glad to be home, too.
I just can't wait to see you. Draper, you're not staying at the Penthouse now, are you? I mean, April and you aren't back together or anything.
Why don't I talk to you about that in person, all right?
Do you mean it?
Yeah, sure. Look, I'll be down in a few minutes, okay?
Sure, that's wonderful. I'll see you in a few minutes. Bye.
Now, wait a minute, sweetheart. I can't arrange to have...